Hi guys, it's Krista again. Today we're going to be doing another craft. Today we're going to be making eggshell mosaic art, which sounds a little weird, but basically since we're all stuck at home, I'm trying to come up with things that I can do, arts and crafts that I have the supplies for on hand because I don't want to go out and buy anything right now. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying home. You're staying safe, you're staying busy, and everyone is healthy. Okay, so this project is not something that can get done in a day. It's super pretty though when it's all finished. It does take a little time. So this is eggshell mosaic art. Okay, so we're gonna start with eggshells. My family likes to go out to eat a lot. Right now, nobody's able to go out to eat, so they've been making a lot of breakfast. So instead of just throwing these eggshells away, I like to recycle, repurpose, and reuse everything I get my hands on. My crafting closet is full of things that will one day get used, I promise. So I have a little eggshell. What I did is after we made breakfast, I soaked it in a little soapy water and then let them sit out until they're all dry. Basically, we're just gonna grab a little paint, grab a little paintbrush, and start painting our eggshells. See how it's got little stripes and it's not totally smooth and totally perfect? That is totally fine. It's actually better that way because it gives it a little depth and a little character to your project. So basically, you're just gonna paint a few of these in whatever color you decide to use for your craft. I'm gonna start with pink. I have some stuff pre-painted, so I'm just gonna set it aside and let it dry. Okay, so today I'm just gonna do my eggshell mosaic on this little box. It's just a See's candy box. Basically, you can do this on anything that you can glue something to. So it could be a piece of wood, it could be a piece of paper, it could be like a coloring page. These are really neat to do. It could be a birdhouse, a picture frame. Pretty much your imagination is the only limit that we have when making these things. But today we're gonna do the heart. To begin, we're gonna take our heart, we're gonna take a piece of paper. I've never done this on paper before, so this is kind of a new experience for me, but it seemed to work out pretty well. So I drew my heart. We're gonna be making a sun. Right now it's kind of ugly outside and there is no sun, so we're gonna make our own. I'm just using a baby food jar as the center of my sun. I'm gonna draw a little circle and then we're just gonna kind of draw out the sunbeams. At the beginning it kind of looked like a flower, but we're just gonna keep tracing it. And you can always adjust it if it doesn't turn out exactly right now. You're gonna be covering it with glue and eggshells, so your finished product may not look like your beginning product. So here's my sun. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out, cut the heart out. I've been doing this project for the past like 3 days. It takes patience, it takes a little bit of time, but like when you're finished with it, it just looks so cool and so awesome. At my day program, we do a lot of mosaics, but we do them with construction paper. Same idea. We normally find a cool picture and we cut up little tiny pieces of paper and we just start building on the page. And they are a lot of fun. So we have our heart. We have our eggshells. They're all dry and ready to be crushed up. This is fun. Basically, you're just gonna squish up your eggshells. And they're gonna be different sizes, which is okay because you're gonna use all kinds of different sizes. We're just gonna kind of spread them out on a surface and let's get started. Okay, for some reason, every time I go outside to craft, it gets a little breezy. So I went ahead and just attached my picture to a clipboard just so it doesn't blow away while I'm talking. I'm all about the glue all the time. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a good amount of glue. We're gonna trace out one of the sunbeams and spread it in the middle. you're probably going to have to do this a few times. And like I said, this is one of those things that's going to take a while, but it's totally worth it when you're done. You're going to take your toothpick, wiggle it a little bit in the glue, and then begin to pick up your little pieces of eggshells. You want to kind of start around the edges. That's what I do, and then I fill it in so we have like sharp, good edges. Sometimes you'll get like kind of a big piece and you want it flat. So when you put it down, it just kind of automatically breaks and spreads itself. So we'll just go all the way around. There's no rhyme or reason to it really. And I chose a green background. Basically, when the glue dries, you're going to see the green, and that's going to come popping through the cracks a little bit. So, like, you know how you have tile in your bathroom, this is kind of what the grout's going to look like. So it pops through. So you want to pick a color that is opposite of what you're doing. So as you can see, it takes a little bit to get this done. Each little arm, you're going to just keep filling it in. Took me 3 days, so I love you guys, and I'm sure you would love to watch for 3 days, but you know, my camera people aren't available for that long, so
No, I am not.
So we went ahead and just took pictures of the process. Basically, when you get all done with all of your little arms, what I did is I drew a little wiggle with glue in the center of my sun, and I used a bright orange and made a little swirl. Then I filled it in with a little yellow to make it pop. Basically, you want to choose whatever colors you like and whatever things are going to pop out. Now, since my sun, I didn't really use colors that are sun colors. I used green, I used pink, I used red. I went ahead and traced around my sun with some orange and yellow. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. You can see we did the pink, blue, red, green. Here's our little swirl in the middle, all around the edges, and then we went ahead and filled out the background. You can see the green popping through. It looks pretty cool. But what happens is these are eggshells. They're delicate and they don't always stay on forever and ever. So we're gonna go ahead and glue it to our box, which I've never done before. Normally I would just paint the box and start from there, but I figured I'd try something new. So we got our glue. We're gonna and pop it right on. Now it looks like it was always that way. Okay, so we're gonna add some glue to our water, and this is just gonna seal our craft and make sure that it lasts a really long time. It'll hold all the pieces on and it'll make it shiny. So we're just gonna paint over it. It's just kind of like a clear lacquer, but again, not all of us have supplies out at home right now, so glue and water works for a million different things. So we're just gonna paint the whole thing. I've made these for friends. I've made one for my grandma for her garden. So once I sealed it, it sat in her garden. You can do words, you can do letters, phrases, your name. You know, you can do a big K with, you know, K for Krista, not K for somebody else. But anything you want. It's just a lot of fun. For me, it's really relaxing. It's kind of therapeutic. I sit there and do this while I'm watching a movie or sitting in the sun outside. Today there is no sun. Oh, I'm sorry, except for the one that we created today. So I hope you enjoyed our project, and I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and I miss you all so much, and I hope to see you all real soon. Thank you.